this is Rambabu Vasupilli, CEO of NCPL Group of Companies. In this video, I would like to talk about what are the common scams that job seekers in Canada go through and what are the ways to identify their scams and what care you should be taking in not getting involved in those scams. So that is the topic that we wanted to discuss in this video. Now, one of the biggest and common scam that job seekers go through is the fraudster or the scamster will try to pretend as if he has a company and he is recruiting you, and then he will start approaching you in LinkedIn and he will pretend as if he is conducting an interview, and then he will immediately send a job offer letter to you and he will ask you to join. So till that point everything goes normal as if a real company is giving you a job offer letter. But after the offer letter is issued, from there the actual scam begins. So the scamster tells that the joining date is so and so date, but before the joining date happens, he will ask you to, there is an urgent requirement and he need your help, and he will ask you to, start working part time till you join the actual job on the joining date. So obviously many people will feel interested because they think if he doesn't agree to that, they might lose the job offer. So many people will agree, but then the scamster will tell you that he is going to pay for that time on an hourly basis for whatever help he is doing before the joining date. So typically the kind of help they ask for is, I have to buy you computers, my purchase department is busy or they are on vacation, so instead of waiting for ordering your laptop from them, why don't you buy the laptop? I will send you the money and you buy the laptop and you can work from home. So he will start he will send you a fake check. This is the check to buy your laptop, tables, monitors. Deposit this check into your bank account and then purchase the laptop. And again, people will be very happy to hear this. Oh, this guy is sending me money to buy the laptop. But then in the process of sending the money, what he says is, oh, instead of $2,000 to buy the laptop, I'm sending you $5,000, but don't worry, you buy the laptop and send me the $3,000 back to me. So again, $5,000 is a big money for job seekers. They think that it is really serious. So check is sent to you in email, or sometimes they send you check as a mail to your address. Then in Canada or in North America, we have the process of depositing the check online on the mobile phone, right? So, and in many cases the total amount is immediately released, because in North America, some of the banks immediately release the amount without waiting for the check to clear. So then if by any chance they release the amount to you, then you will start sending him the money, 3,000, and you will go and buy laptop with the $2,000. But you will realize after 3 or 4 days the check gets bounced. Okay, so the bank will try to collect all the $5,000 back from you. So you're losing this $3,000, whatever that the scamster has sent you. So this is the pattern of the scam that many people follow. So they use these fraudulent checks in attracting the job seekers, creating a scene that they are sending this money to buy furniture or the laptops or the workplace environment, and in the process they also want some money to be given back to them, and they tell some stories out of it. But this is the basic skeleton of this scam. Based on this basic skeleton, the stories will be different. Some people say, might not say to buy the laptop, but some people say, hey, I have to make some payment to my vendor in so and so place. That vendor is nearby your house, so can you go and issue him the check, or encash the check and issue him the cash. So the other person, the vendor, is also his person. So instead of you waiting for the entire check to clear, you will withdraw money and give him, thinking that the bank has released the whole amount. Especially people who have freshly landed in Canada, they don't know how the banking system works. They think the check is already cleared, instead of knowing that it is a pre-released amount from the bank. So what happens in this case is, you will lose money, and the bank will blacklist you. So you will not be able to work with that bank for the rest of your lifetime. So they will always, they block the credit cards in that bank. They will hold your banking account. If there are any real funds of you, all those funds will be blocked as well. They will do some investigation. Till the time the investigation is done, you can't use those funds. So if any EMIs come, then those EMIs go unrealized. So this is one pattern of scams that people do when you are searching for the job. Now we will understand how they approach you. Okay, most of the scamsters, what they do is, they will create a fake website, some xyzsolutions.com. okay, they will post that job in that website. They will also post that job in LinkedIn and other job sites, in Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Monster, etc. So they create a scene that it's a real company, real job, and then they try to reach out. Now what happens is, they try to contact you after, because whenever there is a job in LinkedIn or in Indeed or Monster, we always tend to apply, right? So when we apply for that job, the scamster will get our resume, which has the phone number, email ID, and everything. He will start approaching you either in email or in LinkedIn, saying that, hey, we liked your profile, we would like to have an interview for you. Okay, then they will ask for interview the very next day or on the same day. They don't even give you time to set up an appointment, etc., etc., but they will try to do the interview. And most of the times these interviews happen either in Skype or a direct phone call. They don't use Google Meet or Microsoft Teams or any other Zoom, any other conventional channels. Instead, they prefer to use Skype, because Skype cannot display their phone number or email ID. Some people prefer to call over Telegram, some people prefer to call over WhatsApp, some people prefer to call directly with an anonymous phone number. As soon as the call is done, they say, hey, you are selected and we are sending you the offer letter. So, and people get excited, oh, I got an interview done, and he has sent me the offer letter, and people think that it's a real job and start feeling good about it, and then they get scammed. And whatever happens next, I already told you in the initial section of this video. Now, how to identify that these are scams, right? Because even I got scammed several times in the same pattern, it is with that experience I'm telling you all these things. So people like me, who has good knowledge, good insight into job industry, I still got scammed. So people, because human emotions are very normal, right? So people always tend to get scammed. But in a case where you get a suspicion that you are getting scammed, what are the red flags that you have to identify that this is a scam, or what are the pattern of things that you can connect to identify that this is a scam? Number one is, if you got the offer letter on the same day or immediately on the next day, it is a red flag. Because in Canada, people don't move that fast. The whole interview process is a time consuming activity. Even if it is a critical position, they do background check even before releasing the offer letter. So if you are getting the offer letter on the same day or the very next day, then it's a red flag. Now sometimes they just talk about your details, your experience, and then they release the offer letter. Interviews typically over that Skype or Telegram, they typically take about 5 to 10 minutes. Immediately after 10 minutes of talk, they release the offer letter. So this is again another red flag. The third red flag is if they ask you to communicate in Telegram or WhatsApp or a phone number where it doesn't display the actual phone number, then it's a scam again. Because people who genuinely call, they call with a real number. They don't call from anonymous numbers. So that is another red flag. The fourth red flag is if they try to communicate with you instead of a company domain, but many times people try to contact you from Gmail account. For example, if it is let's say Cognizant Technologies, then cognizant@gmail.com, they try to contact you with that kind of an email ID. So that is another red flag that you can observe. And the next red flag, fifth one I believe, fifth red flag that you can make a note is they try to always use standard word, work from home, part-time job, or we will provide you the entire infrastructure to work from home. These are the red flags. Trust me, many 95% of the jobs in Canada are full-time jobs. Even if it is part-time job, the wording is completely different. And many of the companies in Canada, they don't directly mention that you can work from home. Instead, they try to tell that it is a hybrid or it is a remote position instead of work from home position, or they tell that it is completely on-site positions. But if there is a work from home kind of a word, then it is a red flag. And seventh red flag that you can see is you sometimes they try to use the same domain name but with a little bit spelling mistake. For example, if they try to create if there is a real company like for example Infosys, then they try to create a domain like info syss instead of infosys.com. They'll try to create a domain which is infosys, but we feel like it is Infosys only, and we are getting emails and calls from Infosys itself. So that is another mistake. That's a red flag. And another red flag is whenever you get any communication from that person, always verify the domain. From the email ID, pick up the domain, open the browser, and try to see if that website is opening or not. If the website is not opening, then it means it's a red flag, then it's a probable scam. So that is one red flag that you can identify. Another red flag is they try to contact you, and then they try to in LinkedIn, they try to contact you in LinkedIn, and the profile picture they keep will be very professional, as if he is a real recruiter. Most of the times the LinkedIn profile will be completely full, meaning all the fields are filled to give an impression that it is a genuine profile and they're trying to contact from a genuine profile. But try to see the contact information in that profile, you will see completely different details, not reflecting the same. So that is another red flag that you can observe. So I think these are 9 or 10 red flags that you can see and identify that this is a scam. Does all these 10 things occur at the same time? Probably not. You might come across 2 or 3, but even if you get suspicion in one of these 10, then you just have to think, take expert's opinion, identify if it is real or scam, and then tell that you are not going to accept that offer. Okay, so be very careful, and if I come across any patterns of other scams, I'll make another video. But this is the most common scam that people will undergo, and many of the people whom I am mentoring, almost like 1% to 2% of the people always get the scams. Okay, and the sites which are more vulnerable for this kind of a scam are Indeed and LinkedIn. The tools which are used in these scams are Telegram and Skype, and the roles for which these scams are quite popular are business analyst, quality analyst, data analyst. For these 3 roles I have seen people, because for these 3 roles the competition is really high. Many of the freshers join, they are more vulnerable to listening to all these stories, and they are most probable candidates to get trapped, which is why they target. I haven't seen any scams happening for DevOps, cloud, or data engineering, because they are more matured positions, but these scams happen mostly for analyst positions, be it a data analyst or security analyst or business analyst or quality analyst. I hope this video is quite helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I'll try to answer each one of them. Or if you wanted to talk to me in person, you can visit my office, or you can schedule an appointment. Or if you got any fake offer letter like this, feel free to send it to me. I'll have a quick review to see if it is genuine or fake. Thank you so much.